Hey everybody, welcome to this stream through Let's Play type thing of Fallout 1. I have been replaying this game every single year for 8 or 9 years now on my own because I love this game to death. We just got a raid from Bob Wolf of the Wolf Den. Check him out on YouTube. There you go. Bob, you get a promotion on my shitty channel in the first minute. And we're gonna just play the game on screen this time because I never play this on screen. Before we get started, I just wrote down all the quests I want to do on my monitor on the left here, in the general order and the general requirements. So it's not gonna be like the most comprehensive thing in the world. I'm not gonna do literally every quest, but I'm gonna do quite a few of them. I'm gonna really open the game up. I want to do some of the obscure quests that you might not know about because there's some really well hidden quests in this game, like unmarked in your Pip-Boy and stuff, but you still get like experience bonuses and stuff for them. Fun anecdote before we get started though, for any of you who might want to stream Fallout 1 yourself. This game is from 1992, it's a little bit hard to stream. This is due to a bit of a programming oversight. The frame rate of this game is not based on clock cycles, but it's entirely sprite-based game. It's entirely two-dimensional and sprites are drawn, and it just switches between them as the game goes. However, the game still detects a modern computer is really powerful and it wants to draw as many frames as it can because it wants to get a good frame rate. Because it's sprites, it can only have so many frames. I mean, your run animation is like 4 pictures. And so you can only get so many frames in there. And so I have a GTX 1080 as my graphics card, and I managed to max that out earlier. Because when you stand still in this game, it tries to draw about 700 frames on a non-moving image, which is incredible. That gets even worse if you're capturing it in OBS, and by default when you capture it, it will then try to capture an infinite amount of frames, which will max out probably any graphics card that exists. What you want to do in OBS is you right-click on your source for the game, you go to the properties on that, and you check the box of limit the frame rate that you're capturing. That will limit the captured frames to the amount that you're streaming in, which for me is 60. And that instantly will fix your GPU problem. So just, if anyone's running into that issue, you can try using software like Dxtory to limit the frame rate of the game, but the game fucking hates that. It'll just slow it to a crawl. Either in that, no mods, patch 1.2, 1.3, I can barely read that. It's an old picture. And it has the built-in screen resolution mod that the Steam one comes with. I toyed around with that, and I put double scaling on, because I have a really big monitor. I have like a 2K monitor. It's like 1440. So it's so big that if I didn't scale it, maps would be minuscule, and so zoomed out that I would see the entire map in one go. And it looks like shit. So I double zoomed it instead. And that should play much better. Ever played Tactics? A little bit. It's like Jagged Alliance. It's good, but I never got super into Fallout Tactics. Anyway, let's play the... Hi, Brian Fargo. You know what? Fuck it. You guys probably haven't seen this. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna let you enjoy this, and I'll get ID claimed, but whatever. This isn't about the money, this is about the fun. Just one of my favorite games.
Maybe you'll think of me when you are all alone. Maybe the one who is waiting for you will prove untrue. Then what will you do? Maybe you'll sit and sigh, wishing that I were near. Then maybe
war never changes. The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower. But war never changes. In the 21st century, war was still waged over the resources that could be acquired. Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons: petroleum and uranium. For these resources, China would invade Alaska, the US would annex Canada, and the European Commonwealth would dissolve into quarreling, bickering nation-states bent on controlling the last remaining resources on Earth. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinders. And from the ashes of nuclear devastation, a new civilization would struggle to arise. A few were able to reach the relative safety of the large underground vaults. Your family was part of that group that entered Vault 13. Imprisoned safely behind the large vault door, under a mountain of stone, a generation has lived without knowledge of the outside world. Life in the vault is about to change.
Thought it crashed for a second. So as you can probably tell, the old Interplay Fallout games were way fucking darker than the new ones. So you can probably tell from that literal execution we watched with the twitching leg and laughter. Yeah, these old ones were very dark. Was this your first playthrough? Nope, I beat this game every year. This is like my 9th... No, this must be my 10th year in a row. This is my 9th or 10th year in a row of beating it every year. So that's the intro of the game. Was the volume okay with everybody before we start? I think I actually want to make speech a little louder. We'll see how loud this ends up being in the next one. But,
War never changes.
Oh, there we go.
War never changes.
There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's get started. So there are 3 pre-made characters, but I don't recommend any of them. All 3 of them have at least one stupid tagged skill. Yeah, small guns and speech are really good. Barter sucks. Big guns, small guns, unarmed. You don't need both unarmed and small guns. Sneak is fine. Steal is fine. Unarmed, you don't want that to be your only combat skill, especially considering her strength is low. So all 3 default characters kind of suck. Also, another fun fact, the only absolutely confirmed canon character for any game is the Vault Dweller, which is the hero from the first game, is confirmed canonically to be Albert Cole, who is this guy, who's clearly based off Bruce Campbell. So we're going to create our own character. We're going to make our character fairly overpowered, just because this isn't about some hardcore playthrough. This is about having fun and just beating the game like I do every year and letting you guys see what the game is. So we're Mah-Dry-Bread. Because we want to be bullshit, we're taking Gifted, which is a ridiculously strong optional trait that they took out of later games. Your primary statistics are each +1, but you lose 10% on all skills you start with and receive 5 less skill points per level. If you just beef up your intellect to 100, you offset the loss in skill points very quickly. And what do we want to do here? Hold on, what's our action points are at? That's at 8. Yeah, it'd be 2 more points to get up to 9. Do I want 9 though? 5 to shoot, 2 to reload. Some take 6 to shoot, 2 to reload. I don't think I need above 8 action points actually. Action points are awesome, but 8's actually good for what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't need to be the most min-maxed thing in the world. I'm having fun. I'm trying to remember what stats exactly were like the best thing in the universe in this game. By the way, you see how this is like absolutely minuscule? When we're in actual gameplay, everything will be the proper size. That's just a thing of this game being really old. Yeah, AP is really important. which is armor points. You also get armor class out of agility because this is like an old D&D system. Oh, and we're gonna take the usual tag small guns, lock picking, and speech. That's kind of the trifecta of the recommended skills for most Fallout games, I would say. This is back in the days when tagging something mattered. It's not just 15 free points. It's you get 2% out of every point you put in rather than 1%. This system works a lot better in Fallout 2 than Fallout 1. Fallout 2, gameplay-wise, is a lot more refined than Fallout 1. And you know what? Luck is never bad, but endurance is just safe. I'm gonna go with endurance. And I do actually want a little more charisma, and I'm gonna take that out of luck. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I'm cool with that. I don't want to take a second optional trait, although heavy-handed can be nice. Debatably. I think I'm happy with this.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe, okay?
So, I've written my own personal little guide with bullet points on this game of just a general order to do quests. We're not gonna do literally every quest in the game, but we're gonna do a lot of obscure ones, which is fun. And I'm doing a good karma playthrough, which is usually what I do. I've done all different kinds of challenge playthroughs, but if I'm just showing you what the game is like, very much good karma playthrough. Happy you guys are so hyped for the stream. So many of you are here. 60 people right now, that's good for me. Here we are. Let's save. Escape S, and we're just gonna save over this one. I'm cool with that. Okay, so we're in the first little area here. There are, I believe, 20 rats in this room. I do recommend killing all of them. Takes a little while, but it's worth it. Ever done a low intelligence playthrough? Of course. I just said I did like every challenge playthrough. For anyone who doesn't know, the low intelligence playthrough of this game in Fallout 2, you have all kinds of special dialogue and special ways through quests. So, body here. We can take some armor-piercing rounds as well as a second knife. I'm probably just going to end up selling those in Shady Sands. So, we actually go back in the vault. People often don't know this, but you can just go back into the vault after we leave the cave. I don't actually remember if I can go right in now. Nope. You just need to leave the area and you can come back and go right into the vault. In fact, there are 2 things I want to do while I'm in there. Just to get a little bit of money. So, I will take that pistol. So our hit chance is actually going to be quite poor. We could just knife them, but so our small gun skill is 51%, which is enough that we could reliably use the pistol. Melee weapon, 51%. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. What's our unarmed right now? 61, so we do have a better chance of just punching it. Now, the differentiation between punch and kick wasn't made until the second game. That's not a bad chance. How many punches out of curiosity would take for a kill? So that's 1 damage. 1 damage. And I'll teach you guys what the UI is in a moment here. We actually got a double turn there on him. Yeah, we're missing a lot. That was 3 damage. If I remember correctly, these guys have about 6 health. Wow, I'm getting really unlucky on that. Yeah, we're probably just gonna use our pistol through here. Yeah, 1 damage. So they have 6 health. Okay. We'll draw a gun. 25 experience for that. So, man, I almost kind of wish the game didn't have widescreen support, because if it was 4x3, I'd be able to get rid of the whole bottom bar and make the game bigger for you guys. So, here's our combat log. This tells us things around in the area as well as what's going on in combat. This is our current weapon. These dots along the side represent how much ammo is still in the gun. It's incredibly vague. You're not supposed to be able to read the individual dots. Inventory, you have this is just the escape menu. This button here just switches between your 2 hands. So I've got unarmed in my pistol. HP, armor class, which is like your dodge chance, your armor. Skill dex these are all your usable skills you can use on objects. You've got a map. You have both an internal and external map. Your character sheet, you can do your stats, look at your character stats. And your Pip-Boy, where you can see the mission, how many days are left, what time of day it is, what day of the year it is, stuff like that. And AP points are these dots up here. They will light up with how many action points we have. So, we are just going to kill every rat in this room, which is going to take probably, I'd say, under 10 minutes. You can see we could just one-shot the rats. They're pretty easy. So while I do this, and I do recommend you do this if you're going to do a fairly comprehensive playthrough like I am, just because you get good experience for this. If you kill all 20 rats, you get like half of a level up. Your first level up is at 1,000 experience. Just gonna reload that there since I had the extra AP anyway. And I double turned him because he got a first turn on me, but I'm faster than him. So the next 2 turns just go in order of agility, and mine was better. So if anyone has any questions about the game, I would love to answer them in the chat right now. We have like a solid 5 to 8 minutes to just chat and hang out before I go on to Shady Sands, which is gonna be the next place. Shady Sands, which later became the capital city of NCR, the New California Republic. This is back when it was just a farming community. I miss Mari. Mari like Geek Remix Mari? For anyone who doesn't know, I work with Geek Remix. I do editing for them. Have you heard of the ATOM RPG? Oh, Atom. It's heavily inspired by Fallout 1 and 2 and takes place on the Russia side of things. I haven't, but that actually sounds really interesting. Could you find like a link to that for me and send it to me on Discord? Like just DM it to me on Discord right now. And I'll check it out sometime after the stream. That sounds cool. Which game has talking death claws? That's the second one. Have you played new Fallout? Yes. In fact, all of them. I've played every Fallout game, including like the Van Buren tech demo and stuff. If you don't know, I do script writing and editing for Fudge Muppet, which is a Bethesda channel. I also used to be a video maker for, there we go, for Shoddycast back when they were more active. In fact, you can see one of my videos on that. It's on the gunplay in Fallout 3 and to some degree New Vegas, but mostly 3. I did a video on that. You can hear my voice and you can see my editing style and all of that in it. That's one where I did the script, all the footage, all of the voiceover, like everything. Whereas the stuff I do on Fudge Muppet, I do the script and I sometimes do the editing, but they voice it. That's not to say like I make everything on their channel. They make the vast majority of stuff on their channel. Michael's a really good script maker, especially. Michael being the head guy on Fudge Muppet. Hey, would you get a Switch? You need to be more of a Bob clone. I've actually been doing YouTube for much, much longer than Bob. And in fact, when I met Bob, I was a much bigger YouTuber than him. Unfortunately, Bob is overflowing with talent and has fucking annihilated me in viewership over the course of the last 1 year. Holy shit, his rise to stardom has been abrupt. But with the quality of shit he puts out, fucking Bob deserves it. MGB makes everything confirmed. Hey, Hunter. Have you ever rage quit a game? Like permanently? I don't think so. When I was younger, I definitely put down games out of frustration. Worst side quest in any Fallout game. Oh god, there's some terrible ones. It would have to be one of the ones in Fallout 3 that are really likely to glitch and just never work again. I'm not even sure which one that would be, but let me just start aiming. Sometimes you just need to start aiming just to see if there's like an enemy behind something that you can't see. Nope, nothing. Okay. Oh, I'm in combat. Okay, so I've finished combat in this whole place. We've gotten 500 experience exactly, and I believe we get some more for walking into the light. To the west, you can see natural light. For the first time in your life, you're looking at the outside world. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk out, and usually what people do is they immediately hit Vault 15, and they meet Shady Sands on the way, and they stop off there. I'm gonna go straight back into Vault 13. And I'll be able to actually go inside. However, here's a fun thing. You just put away the gun, and we'll drop a save. Can I pull this off in this one? I can't remember if this is Fallout 2 only, or... Ah, they fixed it for this game. Okay. Fun thing to try in Fallout 2. Try this in the Den. Which I will be doing Fallout 2 on the show with the restoration patch. But you can do this even without the restoration patch. When you're in this screen of picking where to start in a village, in Fallout 2, you can use the number keys to pick an area quickly. If you click... Now, you can click 1, and you go to the main area of the den. If you hit 2, you go to the east side of the den. If you hit 3, you go to the orphanage. The orphanage is a cut content area that was put back in through the restoration patch. But if you're not playing the restoration patch, the map is still in the game, but you can't walk there. The exit zone isn't there. They forgot that they left the hotkey for it in. So if you go to the den in Fallout 2 and you hit the 3 key on like this screen, you go into that area. There aren't any like, I don't think there are any NPCs you can actually talk to there. It's like generic NPCs and stuff. I don't think there's any properly set up quest there, but you can go to that area that was never fully implemented just in the base game because Fallout 1 and 2 are full of glitches like that. Just found out one of your aunts died. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's sad. Escort from Little Lamp Light to the big kid town. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. I've seen people just like blow you up during that. So I can't let you in. Technical problems. Try again later. Thanks, asshole. I thought I was actually able to go back in. You know what? I might be allowed back in 30 days. Yeah. So it's one of the quests I have written down actually is in 30 days from starting the game, a thief will start stealing water from the vault, and you can come back and you can do that one for some easy experience. That's fine. I misremembered that. I thought that I could do that before Shady Sands. Okay, we're gonna go do quite a bit of Shady Sands then. Now, there's one guy in Shady Sands you don't want to talk to until you have at least 40 science. Is it 40? 40 science. There's a farmer you don't want to talk to until you have 40 science. If you talk to him this early in the game and you don't have 40 science, then you can't get his quest later, and it's a really easy quest for some experience. What's our science at? 35, okay. At level 2, we'll go talk to him then, and we're gonna get there pretty soon. Actually, I've gotten back there right after I left. Oh, I don't know why it didn't work then. Okay, so here's another thing people usually don't know. Katrina here, just talk to her a bunch, and you'll get experience. This is actually a quest. I could go through all the dialogue here, but this is mostly to orient players who would have been playing way back in the day. Way back when the game would have been fresh, you know, you're coming out into a world that no one knows anything about. Fun fact, by the way, you saw how there was the picture of the water chip early in the game in the cutscene? That is actually a blueprint for a theremin, which is a instrument. So that's what water chip is modeled after. Schematics for a theremin. A theremin. Sorry, it's a hard word to pronounce for me. I'm looking for a water chip. Seen one? As a matter of fact, yes, in my old home, Vault 15 had one. I haven't been there since I was hurt, but you might find what you're looking for in there. Someone said that they tried to go to the vault. Yeah, so this is tutorial stuff. I'm just going to mash through that just to get the experience. There we go. 250 experience just for doing that. So I need 250 more to level up. And here's Seth, who can give me a quest that... Am I ready for that? I'd rather be level 2 before I start that. I may as well just get Ian right now, even though he's probably going to shoot me in the back. Alright, so Ian is in the shack. This was a guy that they used to... Let me save, because you can fail speech check to get him for free. This is Ian. This is the guy that they used in testing to see if they could get companions to work, and they left him in the game when they figured out they can. His AI is notoriously fucking terrible. He is well known in the Fallout community for making you reload saves constantly, because he burst fires with an SMG from behind you and ends up hitting you. Hello, stranger. You look like you're new here. What's your name? I'm MDB. Good to meet you. I'm Ian. By the way, just let me know if the text is not up to date with what I'm saying. If so, I need to move around the mouse more. Sometimes it doesn't redraw properly for the stream. So if that's happening, just let me know. I'd like to know more about this place. Can you help? Shady Sands is a small but self-sufficient community. The only trouble here is with the bandits and the rad scorpions. Why are there rad scorpion troubles? It's not updating. Okay. If I do that, I'm guessing it updated. I will use my mouse to pick all of the dialogue options then. That should force me to be moving it. He is Bob. Oh, he looks a little Bob. He's not a giant, though. Rat scorpions are very dangerous. They have a poisonous stinger in the tail, and they're very quick. Aradesh has been trying to find a way to get rid of them. If you feel brave, you could talk to Aradesh about them. Here's a fun mechanic that was only in this game. It has a shitload of uses that you can pretty much only find by, like, deep diving in on the code. You can just type in anything and ask anyone. So I can ask Ian about Ian. Why do you ask silly questions? I am that person. You can actually get some very interesting information, in fact some quests out of that, but everything can actually be done just by talking to people normally. So let's drop a save again. Save early, save often. Something you learn from old games. Could you give me directions to the hub and Junktown? This is what gets them on our map, which is very nice. The hub is a big trading center south of Shady Sands. It's run by several different caravan groups, of merchants. The water merchants, the Crimson Caravan, and the Fargo traders. Junktown is a little south and a ways west. It's smaller, but a good place to drop in for a drink. It's overseen by a fellow by the name of Killian Darkwater, the local shopkeep, sheriff, and mayor. I have some fun stories to tell about him when we get there, about how the game was originally going to be developed. There's a big quest line in Junktown. For anyone who's only played the modern Fallout games, the guides that give you, I think it's barter skill or something, Tales of a Junktown vendor. That's Junktown, the place we visit here. Tried to play Fallout 1, but couldn't figure out how to attack. Needless to say, I didn't get very far. You right-click to cycle through your options with your mouse. The crosshair is attack, and then there's like the examine and use, and then there's the walk. Okay, could you help me out for a bit? Your experience would be useful. Tempting offer. Since this place is getting boring, tell you what, standard rate, 100 caps, and you got yourself a deal. How about a piece of the action instead? Alright, I'll help you in exchange for my fair share of loot. Let's go. I'll be looking to get back in the action. He's on our team now. 100 experience. So that was a speech check. You can fail, but you can just do it over and over. Also, if you do pay him 100 caps, which I do not believe we have. No, we don't have any caps. Right, because the vault doesn't know that bottle caps are a currency out in the world. If you get 100 caps, you can just openly steal from your teammates. Like, where was it? This. And that's just trading. So you can just get all your money back. I'm happy with him having a pistol, some ammo, and 2 stim packs. And we're allowed to just grab stuff from these shelves. We need some rope from town before we leave. I'll take all that ammo. The others are BBs. I'm never gonna use a BB gun. Killian Darkwater sounds like a James Bond villain. He does sound like a villain, doesn't he? It's because originally he was supposed to be, despite being the sheriff, he was originally gonna be the bad ending. because of the moral gray area that they wanted. I believe it's this one has a guide for outdoorsmanship, which is a really important skill in this game. Yep, outdoorsmanship and a rope. We will need the rope in Vault 15. You can also buy one from Seth, the guy who we met on the way in. Or we didn't talk to him on the way in, but the one holding the rifle at the front door.